Hello and welcome to another update video about Cardano. In this video we're going to take a look at what the Cardano price is doing, also what Bitcoin is doing, because Bitcoin is doing something quite exciting. It broke out of the 53k level and we're going to take a look at that. And before we waste any time, let's just go into it. Bitcoin, you can see it here on the 1 hour chart. I start because everything else, this is what is happening now basically. We've got Bitcoin coiling up here or moving up slightly in that on that ascending trend line here, and we were getting close to the 52.8k, or I think it's roughly 53k for that resistance level, and we just broke through without actually any resistance. I certainly expected some resistance here, and this was certainly unexpected. We did see that last time when we started to really move up in this move since end of July, towards September. We saw those critical resistance levels just being broken, totally unexpected, without facing any resistance. We saw that with Bitcoin, we saw that with Cardano. In my view, that's actually a good sign that we're finally starting to move up even further, and we are getting now closer and closer to the 64k that we marked early in the year. And if we can hold above the 54, I think we might get down to a retest here of the 53. If we can hold above the 53, I think that's a really good sign that we can move up further. Yesterday I spoke about all of this structure here as a little bit of a, let's call it a shaky foundation for a move to the upside. But since here in that last move here that started, I think at some point yesterday, we saw these higher highs and higher lows finally that I mentioned that were missing down here, all the way down here. And also here, we didn't really see that, but finally we've been making some higher lows, and then we broke out of that level here without pre-warning, really. I thought we would get some resistance here. It's a critical level. It's that previous high here before we came down here on the 7th of September. And that is certainly a very, very important level for Bitcoin. We came above that. I think now we can get, certainly, I think the next key level is up here. You can see it on the chart, which is the 59.5k, and after that there might be some resistance at around 62k, and then we've got the 65k here that if we can get through that, I think we're certainly looking for an 80 to 100k. But bear in mind, just this one breakout, we certainly need to retest. If there is a retest, and there seems to be one now, we certainly need to hold above that 53k level. It could be a fake out. You remember we did a few fake outs here in that sort of structure here. So we certainly want to wait until maybe the 4-hour candle closes. But as you know, things happen so quickly in the Bitcoin market and the crypto market. Things sometimes just can't be expected. It's just crazy. But we certainly, what I can tell you, we are certainly now getting into the overbought range here on the 4-hour chart. That is why we're currently seeing some retracement. So we came all the way up to 55k, even exactly 55.3k. So on the lower time frames, we are now certainly overbought here on the 1 hour, and you can also see it on the 4 hour, and on the daily we are also getting in the overbought range. So we are going to see some retracement here now, and for me critical now is that we hold the 53k that we retested. You can certainly observe it probably on the lower time frames, and that will then also have a impact on Cardano. At the moment, Cardano, again, I know a lot of you guys are frustrated, not doing much, but we continue to be in that triangle here. And you can actually see on CoinMarketCap here that most cryptos actually are currently not really following Bitcoin. I mean, you can see, Ethereum a little bit up as well, getting closer, but Binance is down, Cardano is down. Then we can see XRP up a little bit, Solana down, we've got Polkadot down, we've got Terra Luna down, we've got Avalanche down, we've got, here Chainlink. It's not really moving at all. There are a few up and downs, but most of them, other than Shiba Inu, most of them aren't really moving at all or are moving down. So this is currently, Cardano is just doing what the others are doing as well, even though I think Cardano has a lot to catch up now, which is actually a good sign. So always think a bit different, think a bit differently. It has a lot to catch up now, so it might be a good opportunity. I think these are good prices to buy. Again, no financial advice. These are good prices to buy, and that is why I love to run two separate strategies. And if you do the same or not, that's up to you. But I dollar cost average in cryptos, not only Cardano, in various cryptos on a weekly basis. So when unexpected things happen that just sometimes just can't be predicted, or you don't even get a heads up for, then you are sorted because you dollar cost average in anyway. And that is a good way of doing things if you believe in a long-term rising crypto market. And then on a short term, in my trading portfolio, I try to get good trades, not day trading, certainly not, but swing trading still with a longer term horizon. So these two strategies have worked really well, because if you miss one of them, for example, the trading, if you can't get a good entry, you still have that good entry possibly on your dollar cost averaging account. So it's just my way of doing it, and it works really well. Now, what we can see here, we are really moving still in that triangle. What I did say in this morning's video, again, like, the UK time morning, that I think we were up here somewhere. Oh no, we were actually here. I did say, after that retest of that higher support line, we'll probably come down again to that resistance line, which we did this morning. We actually dropped quite sharply before Bitcoin also steamed ahead again. We dropped down all the way, nearly touched that level. We came down to $2.11, $2.12. And since then, we've actually bounced off that. When Bitcoin started to move, we're now moving up again. We could actually get up to the 223. I think we did briefly touch it. And in the next move, I mean, it all depends, because Bitcoin is probably retracing now a little bit after that move to 55K and the overbought levels. I think Cardano could now then retrace again down to that level. But, things are just crazy at the moment because Cardano has so much to catch up. I did say, a breakout could happen at any moment. If that breakout occurs to the upside, then we are looking at a breakout above. If it happened today, it would be above 223. And in my view, it could be a really big move. If Cardano manages to get out of that level, could be a really big move with what Bitcoin has, moved now, and the difference between Bitcoin and Cardano in terms of where Cardano sits in the structure of the chart. But again, it did that before. Cardano is lagging behind. Oftentimes, it did that so often before. And then it will catch up at some unexpected moment, and then we'll just see the performance of Cardano. Cardano will will get there with everything that is happening in the Cardano space. At the moment, it's just caught in this triangle. Please understand that, and we just need to break out of that. And there will be a breakout. There's not much time left, only a few days before we really get into the apex. And at some point between today and then, the breakout will happen. And again, if Bitcoin stays at that level here, or certainly above 53K or even above 48K, I expect that if the breakout here happens for Cardano, it will be to the upside. However, it all depends how Bitcoin moves now. Bitcoin is quite far away now from Cardano. So yeah, I expect, as I said, the breakout to happen to the upside. Should it be a fake out for Bitcoin? Should we drop quite sharply now? Yes, certainly. We could even get below that, and it is so unexpected, you can't really say what's happening. So watch these two levels here, 223 to the upside today for Cardano. If a breakout happens to the upside, I think we could see some really good moves to the upside. If it breaks down, $2.10, then we could certainly get even down to 180 still. But yeah, I think, it's the thing is, people get frustrated with two scenarios, but there always are at least two scenarios in the crypto market, or generally in financial markets. It can always go up or down, so you just need to understand there are certain key levels to watch out for, and if a level is broken, then you could enter a trade. If people enter trades before that, it's not really trading, it's just speculation. So that is why many people just lose money and get frustrated, because they enter a trade in anticipation something could happen. But really what technical analysis does is it can give you a heads up that something is changing in the market. It can tell you the different lines and the structures, and it can give you the key resistance and support lines. And when they are broken, then in trading, you typically enter a market. You don't enter a market, or you don't go long or short before a breakout happens, because that is just a gamble. And that is why many people get frustrated, because they can't wait and don't have the patience to wait for a breakout before they trade. And everything else, in my view, not waiting for a breakout and trading, that would just be a good strategy for dollar cost averaging, because then if I know long term the price will go up anyway, but I'm not bothered about short term price fluctuations, then dollar cost averaging is a really good strategy. But in terms of real trading, in my view, you should always wait for a breakout, but then you always need to be there. Yeah, you always need to watch it. But again, that depends on, you know, in which time frame are you actually trading. Do you trade on a daily basis? Do you trade maybe on a weekly? Do you trade the weekly? Do you trade the daily time frames? So again, quite difficult, but it all depends on, you know, I wouldn't go into a trade thinking it might go up and then it will go down, and then you get frustrated. So it's difficult, and then you also need to use stop losses to just make sure that if the price goes down, that you don't get caught out. But not many people are doing that. So just make sure you attend to the basics, and you know what you're doing. All right, so I'm waiting for something to happen here very, very soon. As I said, with Cardano, can't be much longer. Bitcoin certainly made a very impressive move today. We need to wait. That it's not, it is not a fake out, but it's great. It's great to see the crypto market moving again, you know, above that key level now, 53k. And apologies, I was a bit late today, but there'll be another update video later today. I'm just quite busy in my full-time job at the moment, which is why, you know, I need your support to potentially become full-time, you know, doing this YouTube one day, or running this business full time. All right, so hopefully you liked the update. If you did, please smash the like button, and if you want to follow me on this crypto journey, then please subscribe. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye bye.